Petals, it's me, Dear Rose, back with another video. Thank you for returning back to my channel. I'm Dear Rose, bringing you plus size tea piping hot. All my information will be down in the description box below, along with my FedEx clause. As you can see from my thumbnail, we're talking about Vivica Fox. Recently on a interview, she stated that she is 59 years old, getting ready to turn 60 soon. And she's finally done with her career goals. She's made all the money she can make, and she's ready to find love again. Now, this is not Vivica's first time out of the gate. We know she's been married before years ago in her early 20s, and she's dated throughout Hollywood, her Hollywood years, of course. But that's neither here nor there. I listened to several people discuss women dating in their 50s, particularly her. For some reason, they wanted to talk about her looks. As she stated, she's 59. She's going to be 60 soon. And of course, a lot of people may not know, maybe younger people don't know, or men may not know that when we hit a certain age, our weight does plateau. We begin to gain weight due to menopause and different things like that. And weight can be lost, okay? She looks wonderful. She looks marvelous. And I'm here to debunk, or just give my opinion, not debunk, but just to give my opinion that women can date after 50. They can. They can date on up until, they want to. And yes, the pickings may be slim. The ratio to women to men has always been a huge gap there, especially now with, we have different types of lifestyles and things of that nature. I'm not saying it's going to be easy, and maybe that's what they were leaving out of their commentary, that it's not going to be easy for her. Instead of attacking her looks or her age, it's not easy to date, period, whatever age group. But after 50, yes, let's be truthful about it. There is going to be several things that odds can be against you, not just Vivica. Any average woman is going to have a hard time dating after the age of 50 or close to 60. A lot of women did put their careers first. A lot of women may have been in 20, 30-year relationships, and now they're widowed, or their spouse and themselves are not divorced and they're gone their separate ways. They've grown out of love. Different types of reasons or scenarios why women particularly have to date after the age of 50. It could be death, it could be illness of the spouse, different things, okay? And I don't think a person should be demonized or beat up because of her age and because of her looks. We can look better. Of course, I need to be more healthy myself, and I am in my 50s. And there's nothing that Vivica doesn't have the reach for. She could get a good trainer. She can get on a better diet. She has a leg up on the average woman on bettering herself, as far as her getting healthy or looking better to secure a mate. Now, the average woman, on the other hand, we would have to work a little harder. Of course, we don't have the access to money and the great doctors and things like that she may have to, further us along our way. It may be a little bit harder for us, but it can be done. And I don't want any woman to feel like, oh my God, they're destroying her in the media. They're dragging her about wanting to date at 59, at 60, or women over 50. Why is this? And I think it's, for one thing, it's for clicks and views. Okay, it's clickbait. It's for clicks and views. It's better to demonize her about wanting to marry at 60 than it is for them to say, oh my God, Vivica's beautiful. Oh, we know you're going to find someone. You get more traffic when you talk about her, and then if you were to praise her or glorify her. First of all, she is a great actress, and we have enjoyed her in our culture, and I don't know why they're giving her all of this grief about wanting to get in a relationship. It's not like she is a virgin getting into a relationship. She has been married. She has had several relationships. It's not like she was working and never dated. I don't understand the rhetoric about it. I don't understand what that commentary about, oh my gosh, she waited too long. This woman has dated throughout her career in Hollywood. She has dated men. She's just ready to get serious now. She wants a mate. And when she's made the statement about she can shop all the time, she can spend her own money shopping. She doesn't have to spend his money. She has money. And that's the point. She did choose her career first, and even though she did date throughout her career, but now she wants a companion. It's not about all the bells and whistles of falling in love, her Prince Charming or something like that. It's, to me, I think it's more about companionship, and it's about someone that loves and respects her and accepts her who she is. She is a boss. She is a boss, and men are intimidated by those things. And most of the flack I was listening to were men. Oh my gosh, she don't look like she looked 20 years ago. No, she doesn't. None of us do look like we looked 20 years ago. And I don't understand why they're trying to make her feel bad about it. But I know Vivica is not even worried about those types of things, because if they're not talking about you, that means you're not important, okay? So I'm sure that it's not going to be an easy road for her to find someone, but I know that she will find someone, okay? It's not going to be to the detriment of her being alone and getting 100 cats, okay? So let's not go there. Let's not do that. What we can talk about is ways that women in their 50s can try to begin to prepare themselves to date. The dating zone is different than it was 20, 30 years ago. We all know that. Everything is like social media now. They have these dating sites, and a lot of us don't want to use the dating sites. We want to do it more organically. And it is better to meet someone organically. Grocery store, library. We may have to take it back to how we used to date years ago, or how we used to meet someone. Church, library, grocery store, sporting event, party. Someone matches you with someone. She may not meet anyone in the industry, and I think that's what they're talking about. Oh, there's no rapper now that's going to date her. Oh, there's no Hollywood male starlet that will date her now. She may have to find someone outside of Hollywood. She may have to meet someone that maybe is a business owner or is a business mogul or something like that. Someone more on her level, but he may not be in the business. I don't think it's going to be as hard as people's letting it on it to be. Yes, it is hard dating after your 50s. I'm not going to put out that narrative that, oh, you could run out there and meet someone instantly. No, of course not. Getting sleeping with somebody and having a long-term relationship or meeting a companion is two different things. Vivica could sleep with anyone that she wants to. A man would be with her sexually. Of course, we know that. She's talking about settling down and finding a companion. And I took the liberty to research and find different tips and ways that women in their 50s or whatever age over 50 can begin to date. And you could take the meat and throw away the bones. What applies to you can. Everybody lives in different environments. Everybody's from different walks of life, okay? It's just a couple of tips that we can use to begin to acclimate ourselves back into the dating world. First of all, of course, we want to take care of our health. We want to be healthy mentally, physically, and emotionally. You don't want to carry a lot of baggage into your next relationship. You want to be free. So work on yourself first, okay? Work on yourself first. Take some time off and take care of yourself. Spa days, getting a therapist, spiritual retreats, spiritual sabbaticals, whatever you need to do. If weight loss is something that you know that you need to take care of and you want to really feel good about yourself, not saying that you can't date while you're on your weight loss journey, but go ahead and begin that. Go ahead and see a nutritionist. Go ahead and see a bariatric doctor that could possibly prescribe you some of these great medications they have out now. Make sure your health is okay. Make sure your mental is okay. Make sure that you have gotten rid of all the old baggage that may hinder you from being a healthy person in the dating field now. That's first of all. Second, you want to position yourself in a place where you can meet someone of the type of caliber of man that you want. Okay, you will want to, if you're into reading, if you're into sports, if you're into reality television, if you're into whatever that is, you want to position yourself, because we tend to only be able to date what's in our surroundings, what's available to us. But if you see that those types of men that you're meeting in your, in your little bubble, it's not working, you may have to step outside of your bubble. I have never ever thought about dating outside of my race, but I have been approached by men outside of my race now, and now I'm thinking about it. 10 years ago, no. Now, okay, maybe. As Vivica, she may meet someone outside of her race. She may meet somebody from Europe or Africa. It's different other cultures of men that also can be pulled into your dating pool to widen it out some. Okay, so if you're used to dating in your area or in your community and it's not working for you, you may have to step outside of that bubble, outside of your comfort zone, and possibly find someone in a wider range. Now, nobody really likes the dating sites. They are horrible, I heard. I don't know if you want to research or try to find something that you may, if you paid sites where both people have to pay, tend to have better results. Okay, now we all know Vivica could probably pay for a matchmaker, but I'm talking to our regular girls now. If you want to utilize a dating site, splurge, save up, and maybe do a paid site where you have to pay and the gentleman has to pay. And that tends to weed out all the freaks, the looky-loos, the fetish guys, and things like that, okay? You may want to do that. So, one, take care of your mental, spiritual, and your health. Two, make sure you've gotten rid of your baggage and everything. Two, you may have to step outside of your comfort zone. You may have to step outside of your area, your bubble, your community, and widen your range of your dating pool. You may want to explore dating outside of your race. You may want to explore dating long distance. You may want to do some of the little mini dating classes and dating things where you can splurge and meet different people, mixers and things like that they call it. And these little dating games where you sit down and you sit for a few minutes. They have all of those going on in your community that you may not even knew that they have going on. All you have to do is go on Google it, dating sites or dating tips or dating communities within your area, and you may find some mixers or sipping paints or different places where you can meet. You have to step outside of your normal. They're not going to knock on the door. God is not going to send him from heaven and drop him on your doorstep and you walk out to get your mail one day with your coffee cup in your hand and he's sitting there on the step saying, "Hi, sweetheart, have you been waiting for me?" No, it's not going to work that way. Okay? Thirdly, you could utilize when you go to events. Friends may know someone. "Oh, I know someone I think you'd be perfect for." And be open-minded. You have to be open-minded. You have to let your guard down. Listen, everybody is not for everyone, okay? And what I've learned is that don't be afraid to date or fall in love anymore. And if it doesn't work out, it's not the end of the world. That person just wasn't for you. Still keep an open mind and keep it moving, because one thing that I don't want to give, and a lot of dating gurus do this, everybody is not going to find someone that may be a soulmate or someone that you'll marry. But what you may find is a friend, a lifelong friend, someone that you can spend the rest of your days with so that you won't be lonely, that you can share holidays with, special trips, cruises, and things like that. We all may not find love. We all may not get married again. We all may not find that Prince Charming or that person that you dreamed of. But you may could find a companion. You may could find a travel buddy. You may could find someone that you can talk to on the phone when you're lonely and things like that. So you don't want your efforts to be what's the word I'm looking for? You don't want your efforts to come back to you void. You want to know that you're making strides in this thing. And I know it's going to be hard. I know that it's going to be hard because things are not the same. Men are very visual. Men are wanting the younger girls that's in their 50s now. They want younger women, and that is a thing you have to tend with. It is a lot of reasons. It's a lot of odds against you in your 50s. I understand what some of the people were talking about, that Vivica, oh, she doesn't know. We don't want to look at you. You don't gain weight. You don't look the same. You're not the same Vivica from Independence Day. Or and for the regular women, you don't look like you looked in high school. You don't look like you looked when you was in your 20s. You don't look like you looked when you was in your childbearing years. None of us do. We do age, and I don't know why people have this fixation on they want you to look the same way you looked 20 years ago. You don't even look the same way that you looked 20 years ago. Okay? But let's try to keep it off of looks. There's a way that we could correct some of the things that maybe began to age us or make us not feel good about ourselves. Again, health, exercise, therapy, and things like that can take care of some of the things, okay? Some things can't be corrected, but some things can, all right? There's nothing a good exercise and diet can't do, and some therapy and, sitting with yourself and knowing yourself, okay? And getting rid of old baggage and things like that. So I believe there is a way that women in their 50s can date healthy. Have fun. First of all, have fun, ladies. Let's not worry about if we're going to meet Superman the first time out the gate. Okay? Have fun, date, get with a couple of girlfriends or new friends, meet new friends or whatever. If you don't have a good girlfriend pool anymore because everybody's went their own separate ways and things of that nature, I know a lot of times at our age we don't want to meet new friends, but it's nothing wrong with making acquaintances or someone you can say, hey, we having a mixer tonight, or it's going to be something here. It's a singles night, it's a singles cruise, it's a singles this, it's a singles that. Put yourself in the predicament where you can be picked, chosen, looked at, considered, or whatever. I know it doesn't sound fun, but I think it would be fun if you have an open mind to it. Okay, so whether you've been with the same person 30 years, whether it's a marriage, you're now widowed, you both went your separate ways, you're separated, the children are all grown, you get your grandchildren whenever you can if you have some, and you're looking for the next love, you're looking for new love, and you're out the gate and you're trying to get your foot out there, trying to get your feet wet again. And I just want to give a couple of relationship skills where we can not feel intimidated about what's going on and not listen to the naysayers saying it's too late for us, because it's never too late to learn things on meeting someone new. Okay, so this particular article, and I'm going to list the person that did the article in the comment section in the bottom of the video so that you can go back and read the whole article, okay? So they're starting off with number 1. It says, open your heart fearlessly, and we just talked about that. To be successful in a relationship, you can't be afraid to be yourself and share yourself. Real love requires honesty about who you are, what you believe in, and how you feel and what you want. Okay, so total commitment to reality and honesty supports the integrity of a relationship. You must be open and willing to share, listen, and understand. A happy relationship and a full life requires the attention to learn about your partner and yourself and to continue to grow. Okay, so we know that. All right, number 2, create emotional safety. Healthy relationships depend on both parties feeling safe with each other, trusting that you are there for each other. Your circle of trust gets more important as you get older and as you must cope with the changes and anxieties that aging involves. For emotional safety to exist, you need to feel that your partner truly hears you, sees you, accepts you as you are, and that he or she wants the best for you, and you must be this way for your partner too. Okay, so we're not saying to totally give your whole life history when you meet a person. Of course, you vet the person. You make sure this is a person that you feel safe with and comfortable with, and vice versa. At the age of 50 or above and you're dating, it's different than it is in your 20s and your 30s and your 40s. You're no longer having children anymore. Sometimes you slip up and you might got an egg in there that's still alive. I'm not going to say that. Or you may have frozen your eggs, and you may be looking for a partner that is willing to have children at late in their age, adoption, or you may have saved your eggs and you're going to get a surrogate. There is all different types of scenario. I am not going to sit up here and say that women in their 50s can't be moms. Sybil Shepherd did it. Diana Ross did it. Who else? It's been a lot of women in their 50s, not just celebrities, that have had children in their 50s and are good moms, and the children are thriving and growing and all of that. Okay, you might get a little bit more tired after the play dates, but you still can be a mom. Okay, so you're wanting to meet someone that you can trust and someone that you can open up to and share things with, because it's about, will this person be there for me if I have a health crisis, a financial crisis, or something happens, and vice versa? Will this person be there for me, have my back during a time of need, because we're older now? And that's what the article is stating. You're looking for something more, a little bit more. You're looking for more than just security when vetting your mate this time. In your 20s and 30s, you were looking for security because you wanted to make sure that you're being taken care of, because you're doing your childbearing years, you're having your children and things of that nature. Now you're looking for a companion that you know that won't flex on you if you have a health crisis, who won't fall back and ghost you if you have some other crisis that you may need for them to assist you with, and vice versa. You have to be willing to be open with that person and talk about those things. Look, if you have a stroke, or if you have a health crisis or whatever, and do you think your kids will be there for you? No, I don't think Johnny and Susie or Tyreek and Tyrone be there for me, because they got their own families and I wouldn't want them to burden it with it. Would you want me to help you with that? Yes. Would you be there for me through that? Will you be my my help through this, and vice versa? That's what you're looking for. Outside of having the fun and taking the cruises and celebrating birthdays and all, making those types of memories, those are really, really important things that you want to be thinking about now, okay? It's not just about having fun. It's not just about, the thought of having a husband, or the thought of being in love, for those that have had a husband. This stage in our lives, it has to be a little bit more talk about real life stuff. Okay, so let's move on to number 3. Address conflicts in the spite of love. A successful relationship requires successful conflict. Approach every disagreement with the intention to listen fully and respond in spite of love. Instead of responding in a knee-jerk way when your partner says or does something that upsets you, examine your feelings and mindfully consider what the other person said. It may surprise you how big a gulf there can be between what you think you heard versus what you feel you heard, and what your partner actually said. Listen as much or maybe more than you talk. Focus on common threads rather than differences, and look for a solution that pleases both of you. I always used to say that just because you have an argument doesn't mean you got to break up. Every time you have an argument, especially when you're younger, you broke up. You can't agree to disagree. You don't have that type of mindset yet. But when you become older, you do. You're more rational. Your critical thinking skills are better. Your conflict resolution is better. So step number 3 is listen. Not just listen to respond. Listen and hear the other person. We have to learn that everybody doesn't feel the way we feel about something. So if your spouse or your partner says something to you and it doesn't feel good when we are criticized, or when we are critiqued, or when another person tells us how they feel. For some reason, that's not just our ego. Okay, that's natural. That's a natural thing. It does not feel good. It stings. It bothers us, but it bothers you. But you want to be a good learner in this stage of our lives, because you don't want to pass up or give up something that would have been great for you because of a disagreement. Okay, so learn to listen, not just to respond, but listen and hear the other person, and respect what they say. Okay? Respect how they feel. Digest it. Put yourself in that person's place or how they may feel. If you can't come to an agreement on what the topic is, shelve it and come back later. But don't break up and call the police and all of that. I'm talking about if it's domestic violence, that's something different. I'm trying to be comical. You don't have to break up and pack your clothes up and go stay at a hotel just because you didn't agree that on something. Something simple. It could be something big. Shelve it. Come back to it. You both talk, you both go off to your neutral corners and you think about it and you come to some kind of compromise. That's what mature relationships, that's what people in mature relationships do. They compromise. They come to a middle ground. And that's something that you will have to work on, because remember, this stage of our lives, it's not just all about bells and whistles. It's about taking care of one another, being there for one another, and knowing that, okay, I have to make sure that I love my person, because my person may not have extended family like I do. My person may not have children that can step in and happen if something happens. I'm loving different this go around. I'm loving not just superficially or for monetary gain, or I'm loving because I need this person in my life. This is my partner. This is my friend. This is my confidant. And I don't want to let this person down. And I'm going to teach this person how to love me and allow that person to teach you how to love them back. All right. So that's step 3. So 4, another tidbit you can use is practice positive communication. The way you communicate with your partner is vital, because what you say and how you say it affects your significant other's feelings and emotions. Okay, so some key principle of positive communication is avoid negative language. When you use words like no and don't, and you invoke your partner's natural resistance to begin to be controlling, instead of to tell your partner what you rather, tell your partner what you want rather than what you don't want. Okay, so try to keep it positive if you can. It's hard. It's not going to happen the very first time that you do it. But if you remember, be positive. I don't want you to... No, you're like, I don't like it when you... I don't want that. I don't think that's good for me. I don't think that's good for me. I'm not in a place where that's a good thing for me to do. Because what you want to convey is you don't want to blame that person for what hurts you, because it's not their burden to carry for what you don't like. What you want to convey to that person is, that's something that I don't care for. And it's not your fault or your feelings. How can we do this a different way? Because that's something that I'm just not into that, or it makes me feel uncomfortable, or that's something I just can't deal with at this moment. Try to make sure that you keep your feelings of how you feel about something, that you're being accountable for it, and not making the other person be accountable for it, and vice versa. Okay. Second thing, avoid criticism. Remember, success builds success. Instead of focusing on the things you dislike about your partner, focus first on what he or she does well and connect that to the behavior you'd like to see him or her change. Unconditional love is a lot of people throw that around. They really don't know what that means. It may be a lot of things about your person that you meet this time go around that you don't like, whether it's from snoring to TV up too loud. you know, and I'm just using those as an example. Can you live with the snoring and the TV up too loud? Does that stop you for loving that person? Does it stop you from caring for them? Is that a deal breaker for you? If those things are something that you absolutely can't deal with, that's not your person. If that irritates you to the core of you can't even stand for them to touch you or something like that, that's not your person. Move on to someone else. What deal breakers that you can deal with. And that begins to develop the unconditional love for the person, vice versa. We have to remember that we want these guys to be these Prince Charmings and these Idris Elbas and these Will Smiths, because that's what I like, Will Smith. But they're not going to be perfect, and neither are we the Alicia Keys or the Janet Jacksons or whatever it is, whoever we feel that we are. Okay? I always have to remember, Rose, you are very eccentric. So has to be a very special man to love you. You're not an easy person to love. So I can't look for all these, I can't not accept flaws in my mate because I am truly flawed. And when I say flawed, I mean I think and do things differently than the average woman. Plus, the regular things that men may not like about me, So I have like a little bit more extra on my list. So I have to like really take my time to vet someone that would be a good fit for me. And a lot of other women are probably in the same boat as myself, okay? And when we get older, we tend to get set in our ways. That's why one of the first things I read was you got to be open-minded. You got to be. I know it's going to be hard. You did it so just this way, for years and years and years, just how the way you are. But you may have to change it. It may be different for you, okay? You got to be open-minded. You got to be open-minded. You got to be open-minded. I can't say that enough. Okay, so moving on. Okay, next one. Tell them what they mean to you. Sometimes you may start to think that your partner can read your heart and don't need words. Totally not true, guys. That men can't read our minds. They can't. They don't even think the way we think. Please stop thinking that he should know something. He should know how I feel. He should know I don't feel this and I wanted him to bring me flowers when No. Y'all, they like little boys, really. Honestly. Honestly. I didn't know this. You have to teach them. I like flowers. I like candy. My husband, he used to work out of town a lot. My ex-husband used to work out of town a lot in different places. He noticed that I like trinkets and little things are it doesn't have to be, I'm not a big gift or like a materialistic person, but smaller sentimental things mean a lot to me. Every little town he would go to, I don't care if it was a piece of candy, y'all. He would say, I brought you this from such and such. I got you this postcard because it has the name. That kind of stuff to me is so, you know why small sentimental things mean a lot to me? Because that means they were thinking of me in their mind. On their daily routine, he would go from city to city or state to state or town to town or whatever, just stop through just for a few minutes to say that you thought about me at the gas station, at the counter. It might be a keychain. It might be a piece of candy he knew I liked. It might have been a postcard, a map, a little doodad or some kind of little trinket or something. And to know that I can look back on it and say, he got me this when he went to Atlantic City. He got me this when he went to Vegas. Oh, my God. No matter how small it was, even if it was a candy bar, a piece of candy, even though I ate it. My stomach remembered where it came from. But those types of things. So you want your partner to know that you cherish them and that you love them. And they're not going to be able to read your mind. They're just not. The dreamy movies where they should know that they bring you the flowers and the candy, they're not. So you got to start conditioning them after you see that you're going to be serious with them, and vice versa. Some guys like to love notes in their pockets or lunch or in their car or when they get up in the morning, go to the refrigerator or at the coffee pot or whatever. Some guys like for you to text them through the day and say, hey, honey, I love you, what you want to eat, or send a sexy picture or something, da 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 da. Learn each other's love languages. Learn what makes each other feel good, because it's really, in the end of the day, when you get back together at the end of the night, those feelings of euphoria that you feel that draws you to the person after a long hard day, those are the things that makes those things happen. Okay, so the seemingly small behavior has a big impact on how you make your partner feel. As a marriage and family therapist, the person is saying, the advice I give to all my patients is this: give someone the focus they deserve. Not no. I tell my girlfriends all the time that are still married, as a golden nugget to them: your spouse is not your enemy. He is not your foe. He is not your person in the street, a stranger that you don't know. That is the man that you lay beside with every night, that you have your children with, that you make your decisions with, that you bought your home with, that you're paying your bills with, that you've made life decisions on trips, cars, what to name the children, how much money to put in the 401k, how much money to pull out, all of that. That is not your enemy. If you stop treating your mate like he's the enemy or she's the enemy, you can do great. Give someone the focus that they deserve. That is so true. You can't tell me can't work better in your 50s, because we know more. Don't listen to this stuff, this superficial stuff they got out here about, oh my God, she's not going to find nobody because she's 60 and her looks and this and this and that. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder, first of all. If she's a loving and kind and giving and truly a beautiful person, she's going to find someone organically, and he's going to love her, and she's going to love him back. And it's not this Hollywood stuff. Vivica is a woman, period, outside of what her profession is. And that's not fair to say. But again, I say that was all for clicks and views. We would tear a person down and drag them, as well as myself, because I do commentary on different topics, on different people. I give my opinion of what I feel about the particular individual, okay? So when I say them, I mean in general, I mean we, and I'm including myself, because we have an opinion about other people. But anyway, moving on, I digress. Okay. Tell them what they mean to you. Sometimes you may start to think that your partner can read your heart and don't need words. Totally not true. Words are still necessary. Consciously choose to actively show appreciation, finding things to appreciate in your partner to enhance the good feelings between you. And that's just the best thing to do. Be as selfless as you can, to a certain degree, in your newfound companionship with your partner this go around. And it should be different for you anyway. And you'll be able to navigate through those feelings. That's something that can't be taught, because we all are individuals, okay? Support your partner's independence, number 5. No matter how close you are to your significant other, you remain individuals with your own needs and interests. Spending time alone doing your own thing shows mutual respect, not relationship strain. Advocate for your partner's goals and accept and support each other's life goals. Stay individual. Keep your identity. This is for male and females, if I have any male subscribers. Keep your own identity. It's okay if John go play ball with the boys, if he could play it with his knees bad like that. It's okay if he still goes play his golf. It's okay if he still goes sit with the guys and watch the fight at the bar. It's okay. It's okay for you to go off with your girlfriends. It's okay for you to go meet with your team or your whatever that you may do. Take a little 2-3 day cruise with your girlfriends or whatever. It's okay. Keeping your individuality is very healthy in a relationship. When you um, or too dependent on your partner, it causes a strain in the relationship. Keep your individuality in your relationship, but and still at the same time showing each other mutual respect and letting each other know that you love each other. Let that person miss you a couple of hours. Let them miss you. One of my girlfriends just come back from Africa. She stayed a whole week, and she says she's getting the best treatment from her husband now. She's been gone that time. We have a girlfriend that lives over in Africa, and she went over to visit her, and she says he was so glad to see her back, because we tend to take each other for granted. We tend to take each other for granted, and that's not good. Okay, so moving on. We're moving on to number 6. We're almost there. I'm not gonna hold y'all long. Okay. Enjoy special times together. Don't forget to have fun together. It's important to go on new adventures, try new things. Don't have the typical date night. Instead of dinner and a movie, take a class together or go on a day trip somewhere. As you grow older and face mortality, your relationship with your significant other provides an opportunity to explore your humanity and seek a better and deeper understanding of life. I'm telling y'all guys, over this hump right here is different than 30 years before. It's a different kind of love. It's a different kind of outlook on life. You don't have those many years ahead of you, God forbid, you know. You want to take life by the horns. Those fears that you used to have, fear is what stop us from growing. It stunts us in relationships. It stunts us personally in our own endeavors and things like. Don't be afraid. Things that you two may be afraid of. You may have some of the same fears. Overcome those fears together. Do things that you never thought you could do. Take a hike. Take a trip. Go on a safari. Save up the money to go somewhere. Take the train ride cruise to Canada and see the northern lights and all that kind of stuff like that. That's the kind of stuff that I want to do this time. All the things that I was afraid to do before, and all the idiosyncrasies, and didn't want to do this, and they gonna look at me and all this. Okay, oh my God, I wasted so much time. But we're not gonna cry over spilled milk, are we? No, we're not. We're gonna grab the bull by the horns, and we're gonna live our lives the best lives we can. And that's what, to me, Vivica was meaning. When she was saying she was ready, they looking at it as sexual being, and she's this and that. That was not what she's speaking of. And those of our age, we knew. She's talking about she done made her money. She's older now, and she's ready to live her house. She doesn't have to have Hollywood beat her down. She ain't got to vie for a whole bunch of roles and stuff like that no more. She done made her money, and now she can live a beautiful, lavish life. She can shop and take trips, even if she's the bigger breadwinner, even if she's the her mate is not going to be as financially stable as her. I don't think it's going to matter to her, because right now she wants a companion. She wants someone to live the rest of her life out with and be happy. That's what it's about. It's not about all these superficial things and looks and stuff like that. Yes, looks are important because we are visual creatures. We can work on looks. Looks can be worked on to the best of our ability, to the best of what our money can pay for, or to whatever you can do. You could Google anything to camouflage. Male and female. Men get weaves and stuff now too. And hair put on and beards put on and all that kind of stuff too. We all doing it now. So I don't think nobody could point the finger at one another. Now let's do this last tip so we can close on out. Okay? Build a relationship with yourself. The relationship we have with ourselves is the key to success for all the relationships we build with others. When you are happy and fulfilled, independent of others, you are most attractive to the kind of healthy, happy people you want in your life. If you're dating for the first time in a long time, like I said, your widowers and your people that's been in relationships for a long time, don't be afraid to wear your heart on your sleeve. It's the only way people will know what you want and what you're about. If you're celebrating your golden wedding anniversary, remember that even though it may fill you and your partner or one person, you still need to say, I love you, and show appreciation, show affection, have fun, have sex, love with the intensity of a teenager and the wisdom of the years on this earth that have given you. Did you hear that? Let me read that little last part once more. That's resonated with me. It says, if you're dating for the first time in a long time, don't be afraid to wear your heart on your sleeve. It's the only way people will know what you want and what you're about. If you're celebrating your golden wedding anniversary, remember that even though it may feel you and your partner are one person, you still need to say I love you and show your appreciation, show affection, have fun, have sex, love with the intensity of a teenager and the wisdom that your years on this earth have given you. You got to go in it with the open mind and an open heart and be ready to love again. You're going to get hurt, guys. We're going to get hurt. We're going to get disappointed. Okay? We can't stop it. And a lot of times we yield, we put the stop sign up because we don't want to be hurt. We don't want to feel that pain no more. But by now we should be able to deal with rejection. We should be able to deal with criticisms and, people critiquing us. And we should be able to absorb it, eat the meat, throw away the bones, like I said in the beginning. I don't like the way that they spun the story when Vivica said she was turning 6 and she was ready to settle down. They made it be about all the superficial things, but that's not what it is. She is ready to settle down with a companion, live, love, and laugh. She's ready to travel. She's ready to shop. She's ready to be free. She doesn't have to do all that hard working for Hollywood and pounding the pavement and vying for roles and all that kind of stuff anymore, as I stated earlier. And the same thing for our regular Janes. We're coming up to the age where we're getting ready to retire. We're breaking it on down now. The children are grown. If you have kids, you're enjoying your grandkids. You're thinking of what's ahead for you now that you're getting ready to come to this time of our lives. Let's embrace getting older. Let's not let society push us to the side, make us feel like we don't deserve love, that no one is going to see us, that we need to go stand in the corner. Nobody put baby in the corner. Nobody. And I applaud Vivica. I could see it in her face when they asked the question. And the ladies that were asking her are her peers. So they weren't trying to be funny. Huda was saying, how do you feel? Because Huda is a new mother in her 50s. Getting ready to be 60 herself. She got 2 little kids. So look at her journey. Her journey is becoming a mom in her 50s. Vivica's she's ready to settle down. The same thing with us plain Janes. We either going to be have to take care of our grandkids or maybe another family member's child. We may be becoming parents a second time ago around, or we may be ready to start dating because we've lost a spouse or we've broken up from a long-term relationship. Wherever you are in your life, have fun, have sex, live with the intensity of a teenager and the wisdom that the years on this earth have given you. Meaning, don't be out there loosey-goosey and all that. I'm not saying go out there and just sleep every time, Dick and Harry. Have fun. Use your discernment. Use your wisdom. We haven't been put on this earth. We're not, just because you turn 50, 60, 70 doesn't mean life is over for you. And don't let society and social media send these subliminal messages that they are. That is not true. I am an advocate for women over 50 and that there is a place for us. And I am not going to sit up here and listen to this narrative about it's over for her. Vivica, you go, girl. You go, girl, and I hope you can take some of these tips that I have given today, and I hope that this helps someone that's in their 50s that's starting back out on their dating path. I hope this helps somebody. I hope I wasn't rambling or speaking, talking too fast where you didn't catch some of the keys to this, and I will put the link in either the author or the link of this article so that you can go back and read it. Okay, it was in US Weekly magazine, if I'm not mistaken. It's a great article. 7 tips on dating over 50, and I think they were very insightful points that we can use. Like I said, eat the meat, throw away the bones. If something doesn't resonate with you, don't use that. If it is something in here that you can, if you like my content, guys, like, subscribe, share, ring that notification bell every time so you know whenever I drop a video. Again, I am Dear Rose, bringing you plus size tea, piping hot, and I appreciate you guys for the love and the comments. I love the comments. I love the comments. You don't have to agree with me. You can give me your opinion, whatever it is, and I'll try to be, just make sure you be cordial. You don't have to be mean, say ugly things, because I do get some ugly comments sometimes, and that's okay. I'm a big girl. I can take it. Okay, literally. So anyway, I love you all. Until next time, smooches.